right, welcome. President of Convention of States of Action, Mark Meckler. Erin and Mark, thanks for sticking around with us. And we've been talking about this with several of our guests today. Carmen Best is out after 28 years in the force. And here is what the mayor had to say about her resignation. Quote, her grit, her grace, her integrity have all inspired me to be and made our city better. These last few months, I knew Chief Best was the person to lead our city through this challenging time, to reimagine policing and community and safety. But now she's gone, Erin. And again, we see the unintended consequence of Black Lives Matter. They've now effectively removed a black police chief.
A black female police chief was a role model in the community, is now out of a job effectively. And I think this is a very sad statement to what's going on in the country in these large Democrat-run cities. We know that crime in New York City is skyrocketing. In my home state of Pennsylvania, specifically Philadelphia, crime is up over 50%. This is terrible, and this is harming human life. I thought these lives mattered in these cities, and they truly don't. And I think Black Lives Matter movement, they just want to tear down the foundation of our society and have such terrible Trump derangement syndrome that they don't care about humanity. They just care about the movement.
Mark, here's what the City Council President Lorena Gonzalez had to say after the vote. Quote, what we can do is allow our police to focus on what they are trained to do and fund service providers addressing the more complex issues of housing, substance use disorder, that's a new term, youth violence prevention, affordable health care, and more. Someplace else, maybe Atlanta, for example, that needs a new police chief.
You know, that's a wonderful idea, and they would be lucky to have her. You know, from a strategy perspective for the Democrat Party, I'm a white suburban mom, okay? And I talk to other suburban moms of all colors. I don't know any of them that think defunding the police is a good idea. They worry about law and order.
And you're right, and this cuts across, it cuts across all moms, I think. They want to see law and order and protection. They don't feel safe. You're absolutely right.
You know, I think we need to think about that. What are these Democrats trying to do to us? We care about our children. We care about our safety. This is a horrible way to lead.
Yeah. And Mark, also, what do you do with the car? They have no control over this Black Lives Matter agenda, the Antifa radical leftist agenda. They try to tap into it and get some of that energy to boost Joe Biden's sagging campaign. And now, like, I think Mark's absolutely right. This was not a calculated thing on the Democrats' part. And now they're reeling, trying to figure out how they can get away from it.
Total lack of calculation on all fronts. I've often asked, where's the long game? Where's the thought process here? The Democrats are banging their fist and pointing their finger at President Trump, yet offering no solutions other than chaos. And as you saw in New York, Mayor de Blasio and also Governor Cuomo said, okay, let's let everybody go back to school. You know why they said that? Again, it's the moms that want the kids back in school, and they saw that this issue was polling terribly for Democrats. So there is no strategy for success here, only paths to failure.
Yeah, it's so true. And Mark, long term, we see protests in other places. Belarus, it's happening right now. All over the world, we see democracy in danger. At least here in this country, the voters of Seattle, the voters of New York, they still have a choice. They still can elect somebody else. They don't have that in other countries. And if we're not careful, we're going to wind up like those other countries. Erin, Mark, thanks so much for your time, guys. Great to see you both, and we'll do this again real soon.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
All right.